As a regular cycle, shopping festivals such as early month mega sales, mid month mega sales, Black Friday, and Christmas mega sales are being systematically built by e commerce platforms and brands in order to create consumer habits among buyers, especially at the end of the year. Mega sale days and major promotional events are expanded and developed even more widely, with countless attractive offers launched by e commerce platforms and sellers as they compete for consumers' favor. E commerce platforms are racing to strengthen consumers' passion for shopping through countless different tactics, with the desire to deeply imprint consumerism into users' habits and mindset in order to stimulate buying and selling and generate profit. So, why do e commerce platforms have to make such an effort to bring consumerism into everyday life? How do they do it, and what is it for? The following content, analyzed by writer Mai Hương at Spider Room, will help listeners answer these questions. What is consumerism? Simplifying the concept of consumerism, consumerism originated from a sociologist and economist named Thorstein Veblen. He believed that the benefits enjoyed by the economy would be directly proportional to the amount of goods and services consumed. Consumerism emerged in the late 17th century and early 18th century when the British economy was prospering. At that time, beneath the aristocracy, people who no longer had to worry about food and clothing mostly focused their attention on higher material and spiritual values and began spending money on luxury goods for pleasure and to display their social status. This brought enormous profits to manufacturers and merchants of these luxury goods. From observing reality and studying society, scientists and economists began to propose early theories of consumerism. Gradually, from there, this theory was developed and refined into what it is today. The essence of consumerism is the promotion and operation of social order and the economy through consumer spending. And within that, the beneficiaries are identified as producers, intermediaries, society in general, and finally consumers themselves. To explain in more detail, when society stimulates consumption, producers earn profits from supplying products, intermediaries earn profits from providing services to consumers, society develops through taxes, and buyers benefit from the abundance and happiness of owning assets. The more consumers buy, the more they promote the production of goods, which then leads to accompanying services such as transportation, distribution, and so on. The ultimate goal that consumerism aims for is that everyone becomes happy in a society centered around buying, selling, and consumption. In the society that consumerism aims toward, freedom of production and circulation of goods, commercial stimulation, and market building are prioritized. Therefore, it can boost the economy and increase the production of goods and services. From there, the power of money will also become stronger and stronger. Moreover, consumerism emphasizes the rights and interests of buyers, trying to ensure the maximum rights and benefits they can receive. The more consumers are favored, the more easily they will spend money on products. From there, sellers, service providers, society, and consumers themselves all benefit.
Economists who support consumerism believe that when consumerism develops, demand for goods and services also increase. This means companies need to produce more and provide more services. As a result, more jobs are created and workers can earn more income. However, because consumerism focuses strongly on stimulating purchasing demand, it also receives a lot of criticism. The biggest criticism is that it mainly serves capital interests instead of the common interest of society. The main people who benefit from this trend are manufacturers and intermediaries, such as distributors. In other words, consumerism moves money from buyers to sellers. This can increase the gap between the rich and the poor. Business owners and investors become wealthier, while people without capital can only work for them. In a consumption driven society where money is highly valued, social inequality becomes more serious. It is true that governments may collect higher tax revenue from businesses and retailers. However, they also have to deal with the negative effects of inequality. So, while society may gain benefits from the wealthy, it must also solve the problems that consumerism creates for low income groups. Another major concern is that consumerism encourages short term satisfaction and unnecessary spending. It continuously stimulates demand and turns shopping into a habit, a form of entertainment, or even a way to follow trends. People may buy things not because they need them, but because they want to keep up with the others. This leads to waste of time, money, and material resources. In many developed countries, rising credit card debt among young people has become a serious issue. Many young consumers spend heavily on personal consumption. In the final quarter of 2023, the US Federal Reserve reported that credit card debt reached a record level of 1.3 trillion US dollars. Consumerism makes people, especially young people, more likely to spend beyond their financial ability. It may also harm community relationships because material values become more important than social or moral values. Ambitions of e commerce platforms. As mentioned earlier, sellers and intermediaries benefit the most from consumerism. E-commerce platforms act as intermediaries, connecting buyers and sellers. They have a strong interest in promoting consumer spending and increasing transactions. An e-commerce marketplace is a website that allows merchants, organizations, and individuals to conduct part or all of their sales activities on a platform. On a global scale, Alibaba, eBay, and Amazon are leading marketplaces. In Vietnam, major e-commerce platforms include Shopee, Tiki, Lazada, and more recently, TikTok Shop. In the past 2 years, TikTok Shop has grown rapidly and attracted many users. No matter how we look at it, e-commerce platforms always benefit from consumer spending.
However, this is just a bait service, something platforms use to attract sellers at first. After setting up a store, sellers have to pay platform fees for each successful order. Right now, on Shopee and TikTok Shop is about 5%. Besides that, sellers also pay processing fees, advertising, protection packages, and commissions. This means the more customers buy, the more money the platform earns from sellers. More than anyone else, e-commerce platforms want users to stay deeply involved in constant buying. Subtle embedded tactics. To achieve their goals, e-commerce platforms use many strategies to pull people into the world of buying and selling. But everything is made much more convenient and attractive for both buyers and sellers. They created many campaigns and special sale days, making users feel like they are getting great deals. First, free shipping programs. One big advantage of online shopping is saving time, effort, and travel costs. According to the Vietnam Digital 2024 report by We Are Social, Vietnamese users prefer free shipping over discount vouchers. Interestingly, this trend has stayed the same in recent years. Understanding this, e-commerce platforms offer free shipping vouchers to encourage purchases. Platforms may require sellers to join the free ship program, or they may provide free shipping vouchers to all users or selected groups. Now, free shipping has become a non-stop competition among platforms, from Shopee, Lazada, Tiki, to newer players like Taobao. All are competing by offering these vouchers. This is very beneficial for buyers because they can get what they want while saving money and time. For example, Lazada offers free ship max daily with discounts up to 60,000 Vietnam dong for orders from 300,000 Vietnam dong. TikTok Shop offers free ship extra up to 70,000 dong during special events like January 1st or February 2nd. Overall, each platform tries to satisfy customers with different shipping policies, making them feel like they are getting a great deal, since they can shop easily and have items delivered to the door.
Alongside free shipping, there are inspection programs upon delivery. These allow buyers to ensure that items they receive are free of defects or errors. Back when e-commerce platforms were first expanded globally, and when they first entered Vietnam, the press and consumers alike agree that the cost of online shopping was significantly higher than traditional shopping, as buyers could not physically feel or inspect products. Recognizing this issue, e-commerce platforms introduced call inspection checking upon delivery, allowing buyers to verify the quantity and quality before deciding whether to accept the package. Even for items already in use that encounter defects, most major platforms like Alibaba, Shopee, and TikTok Shop allow buyers to file complaints and return goods. In this way, these platforms have thoroughly addressed the issue of poor product quality, creating a trading environment that is both more convenient and superior to traditional methods while meeting consumer demands. Thirdly, since the rise of e-commerce, holidays like Black Friday, Christmas, or birthday are no longer the only occasion for sellers to slash price. Sales at the beginning, middle, and end of the month, double day sales, for example, November 11th, and subsidized pricing events have started up uncontrollably. Most of this is because e-commerce platforms are ready to launch subsidy programs to give users the feeling that they are getting deals they cannot afford to miss. Regardless of whether the item is necessary, this is clearly a brilliant strategy. As evidence, during the November 11th sale in 2022, Lazada recorded a revenue increase of 124 times compared to a normal day across 6 regional countries, all within the first 11 minutes of the event. Furthermore, during Shopee November 11th sale in 2023, the platform brought in $1 billion, setting a global record. This impressive figure has further provoked a race among platforms, intensifying the spread of consumerism into daily life. Flash sales are a similar program where platforms subsidize specific products from cyclic sellers, dropping price to as low as 1,000 Vietnam dong. These act as bait products to lure users into the marketplace, additionally offering massive discounts for a limited time trigger FOMO, fear of missing out in consumers, making them afraid of losing a bargain even if they don't truly need the items. This method also helps sellers liquidate old stock and items with limited size or quantities. Fourthly, in-app live streaming is another way to tap into the buyer's FOMO. Platforms collaborate with sellers to offer price lower than usual through high-energy, urgent live streaming sessions that stimulate a craving to buy. However, this method is currently being exploited for dirty play. Typically, some sellers hike up original price before applying discount codes, effectively returning the item to its original price to deceive buyers who aren't familiar with market values. Prime example is the live streams of Phạm Thoại and Nguyên Leo Daily on TikTok, which have drawn constant complaints from buyers recently. Fifthly, the use of celebrity endorsements. In Vietnam, the culture of idol support is still in a developmental stage. However, in other countries, supporting celebrities through purchase is an incredibly powerful phenomenon.
For example, in South Korea, a cosmetics brand decided to appoint Lee Young-suk as its brand ambassador. Shortly after the announcement, the brand sold out across all e-commerce platforms. Recognizing that leveraging celebrities is a highly promising strategy, e-commerce platforms began competing to recruit trending public figures as representatives for their marketing campaigns. They also publicized commercial values to boost brand awareness and spark competitions among fandoms. In Vietnam, figures such as Lê Dương Bảo Lâm and rapper Hiếu Thứ Hai frequently appear on Shopee. Their large fan bases help Shopee establish a strong presence, gradually encouraging users to make purchases on the platform. In addition, with support from banks and financial apps, features like Buy Now, Pay Later, and cashback programs make it easier for consumers to overspend, whether the purchases are necessary or not. Another factor that helps e-commerce platforms instill a consumption-driven mindset in users is the media. Up to now, the media has successfully elevated shopping to the same level as essential daily activities by associating shopping with enjoyment and life improvement and attaching it to almost every piece of content possible. Media has clearly demonstrated the expansion goals of consumerism. Feeling bored? Buy a new decorative item. Feeling stressed? Buy a cute lemon cake. Want something new? Buy a different outfit. Whatever you want, buying seems to solve it. The longer the user stays, the higher the likelihood it will make a purchase. However, it seems that the e-commerce platforms prefer a more secure approach. They believe that external influence alone is not enough. E-commerce websites and mobile apps are designed to be so optimized and user-friendly that they anticipate user need before user even realizes them. To keep user engaged longer and build stronger attachment, platforms have introduced reward-based minigames that both entertain and stimulate the desire for benefits. Lazada has Lazada Game, Shopee has Shopee Games, simple, accessible games with shopping vouchers as rewards. To stimulate shopping demand, platforms constantly remind users through notifications and emails about sales, item left in carts, similar products they might like, and recommendations tailored to their preferences based on collected data. A romantic partner might choose a gift that doesn't suit you, but e-commerce platforms won't. They understand your consumption patterns, filter out the most suitable products, and present them to you instantly. To make users feel valued and respected, platforms allow them to determine seller credibility through rating systems. Buyers can rate shops, and higher ratings increase a shop's perceived reliability. On the seller side, those with high ratings receive additional privileges. Buyers are rewarded with points and coins that can be redeemed for discount vouchers when they review purchases. Currently, e-commerce in Vietnam is still relatively new, so platforms are aggressively offering attractive policies to attract users and strengthen their position. As a result, e-commerce is becoming increasingly popular in the Vietnamese market. From different perspectives, this trend has both advantages and disadvantages. However, it is undeniable that the efforts of e-commerce platforms to embed consumerism into daily life have achieved certain successes in the present time. If you enjoy this content, please like and share to support us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Thank you for listening. This is Spider Room and I'm Pink Dot.